look at a gluing press system that I recently purchased. When you're gluing up pieces of wood, say for a tabletop or a cutting board, that process can get complicated. Typically, a Glueup has several clamps, and what's complicated is how many clamps you need, what position they're going to be in, how much pressure do you apply to clamps, what's the next clamp that gets the pressure. So again, it can get complicated. And even when you think you've done everything right, you come back the next morning and your piece could be cupped, it could be twisted and warped, and obviously we want to avoid that. So I got this system from Fulton Woodworking Tools and Accessories. It's called the Panel Max, and hopefully this will make that process a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead, unbox this, take a look at the contents, and then we're going to go ahead and try Glueup ourselves and take a look at the results. So let's get busy.
So the instructions call for a 3" by 3" by 4" piece of wood that you attach to the wall. This glue system attaches to this piece of wood up against the wall. So I just found a 2x10, or maybe it's a 2x8, lying around in my shop, and I'm just cutting them to length, and we're going to glue them up and we're going to attach them to the wall. So that's what we're doing. Now, there's a reason I'm using the table saw to clean up the ends of this 3" by 3" by 4" piece instead of that miter saw you see behind me that's folded up. And that reason is pure laziness. I just didn't want to take out that miter saw, set it up, and then have to fold it back up again.
Okay, so the assembly is complete. I have to be honest, I didn't realize that this gluing system goes up against a wall. I thought it was just going to lay flat on your workbench. So I'm going through the instructions and I'm reading and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking around and yes, we have some space on the wall, so it worked out. But you take the assembly and you have to attach it to a 3x3, so I had to cut it down a little bit on the table saw, and then I glued the 2x4s together, so I got a 3x3. And then down below you have just a regular 2x4. There's a ½ inch difference between the bottom and the top, and that ½ inch is because of this rail slide right here, which incidentally is fantastic because these things move. You can move these according to the size of your piece that you're gluing up. And it's really deep. It's 41 inches deep, which is great. I get another 3. If I get another kit, I could do a whole tabletop, a whole workbench top in this right here. You have a bottom and a top pressure clamp, and this is a piece of plastic. It's non-marring. And then you have the sides here, both the front and the back here. So what happens is when you're tightening this down, this one screw here, you're actually getting 4 pieces of pressure the way they have this design. You have the top and bottom. It's sandwiching the pieces together, but it's also pulling on the front and the back here, squeezing it together, making it nice and flat. At least that's the theory. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to glue up some boards, and we're going to see if this thing actually works. It's been a while since I've had to glue up any boards, and as you can see, I used way too much glue. But don't worry, going forward, we're going to fix this. On a positive note, the squeeze out looks even across the length of the board, which means that the glue panel system is applying even pressure and the boards are milled properly. Okay, as promised, it's the next day. Still looking pretty decent. One thing I didn't show you, about 20 minutes after I signed off, I came back and I scraped the squeeze out on this side. I do have a little bit of criticism. It'd be nice if I could remove this, or at least swing it away from the wall so I could remove the squeeze out on the other side. But in any event, we're going to go ahead and undo the clamps and take a look at the board. Okay, so you just saw that I put this board through the drum sander. I had to remove that excess squeeze out. And again, I put on way too much glue. It's been a while since I glued up a cutting board. It is what it is. If I didn't have that glue sander, to be perfectly honest, I probably would have pitched this board because it would have taken me all day to remove that glue with an orbital sander. No one's got time for that. The glue paneling system, it worked great. You can see there isn't a single gap on any of the seams, both front and back. And that's exactly what you want. That glue paneling system, it worked great. It was easy. I didn't have to think about it. Again, my only complaint is that it's permanently mounted, but it's really still not that bad. Again, it was still easy, and it's something I could get used to. So I'm really happy with my purchase. What am I doing with this board? Well, I'm going to continue on and make an end grain cutting board. Hopefully a card will drop if you want to continue watching that. Guys, if you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.